Welcome back to my channel. There's going to be a lot of background noise in this video. The construction is on 10 around here. They have built a new apartment building literally on every block. So there's that. Also, while you worried about her, just know she got a sister that's sitting in the back. Thank you very much. Okay, this video is just literally taking it back, you know, giving you that old school vibe. And we're just gonna do a makeup routine together because bitch, why the f not? Let's chat it up a bit. Go and get you a snack or two. Go and get you some water. Pause this video. And get you some water. Thank you so much. Hydrate yourself. I will not do this if you are not hydrated. Period. Okay, so girl, let's get my damn earring in. Let me take a sip of water my damn self. Okay, wonderful. I do have my teeth in, my Invisalign in. If I'm lisping or sitting my mouth funny, because my teeth are in. Let's hop in. First thing I'm using, the Glow Screen by Goop. Obsessed with this. I took a little trip recently, literally a little trip, and I needed an SPF for my skin. This has an SPF of 40 in it, so yes ma'am. And it does give you a glow, an all over skin glow. So I like it a lot. And when I posted about it, the girls already knew. It was like, okay, you're late to the party. And I was. Okay, so that's on. I'm also, okay, now all of a sudden I want to get text. I don't never get text. Now all of a sudden my phone want to blast. Excuse me, because I do want to see what's going on and who the hell it be. Oh God, it's a voice memo. I'm not listening to this right now. Okay, so we are going to be using some different products and trying a new foundation, which I've used twice now and I like it. Here's the only thing I don't like about this. It's not a lot of foundation. Let me just compare it. Oh, well, hey, actually it's more than what's in here. This is 1 fluid ounce and this is 1.08 fluid ounces. So not much of a difference, but I just assume because of this packaging that there's not. Girl, this construction. Let me just get down to the nitty gritty. This is the Hydrating Pro Filt'r Longwear Foundation. And we're just doing 1 pump. 1 pump is enough for me because of my technique. Let's talk about it. I always spray the brush and I spray my face. I just feel like that helps to get the makeup moving. I think it also helps to like make the makeup look a little bit less makeup-y. Like it gives me that dewy wetness that I think is necessary when applying the makeup. So then when it does dry down, it's not drying down like a mask. Look at coverage. The key to getting great coverage is applying it in this motion, stippling, and doing it in small sections at a time, as opposed to like trying to do it all over your face at once. So I go right in the areas that have the most hyperpigmentation. I start there first, and then I like work it down to the areas where I don't have as much hyperpigmentation. But I focus it in those areas, and once it's laid, I kind of like start buffing it out around. I do have a tan, that's the only thing. So if colors are off, it's because I have a tan right now. But I think this color works for me in my tan, honestly. Golden. Look at the coverage though. Cover my mustache up. I have a little bit of like a little 5 o'clock shadow going on because when I was sitting in the sun, I would have on my hat trying to like cover my face, but this part of my face was still exposed. So girl walk around here looking like beard game. A little bit on the nose. My nose is sunburned and it still hasn't started peeling yet. So I'm just like trying not to do too much because it's kind of, when I put makeup on there, it's like giving that separated look, and I hate that. It's like you can tell you have makeup there. So I've applied makeup in all the areas where I be applying makeup, right? I might put a little bit, very rarely do I work it all the way up on my forehead, because then that's when I feel like I have to do extra work of bronzing and like blending that in. My forehead has always been darker than the rest of my skin, so the skin on my face. So wow, it's like, they were not doing that before I started recording. They were not doing construction right there. Starting to think y'all really planned this. Okay, so I've got foundation in the areas where I want my foundation. So now what's left on my hand is enough for me to like kind of go over any place that still has hyperpigmentation peeping through. So I look along the jaw and like up on the areas where I know I have some dark spots. So like right there, just put a little bit more right there. Also like your textured areas, if you want to add a little bit more to help with the texture of it all, do that. A light hand is the best, very light. I'm like, every time it touches the skin, I bounce it off. Do the same on this jawline. And this is just one pump. Some of us be running through makeup because we're using so much. You don't need so much. As you can see, I did not put any under my eyes because I'm going to be using a concealer. So I left that as is. And now I've used up all of the foundation that was on my hand. Pop! Foundation complete. It's giving very much dewy. Like, if you don't like a dewy foundation, I don't think you're gonna like this, because this foundation is very dewy. But I'm gonna also be toning that down a little bit because I bought the Fenty powder. We haven't gotten to that step yet, but I will be using this Fenty powder. Okay, while the skin is skinning, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I don't have an eyebrow pencil right now, so I'm just using the E.L.F. Wow Brow in the color Deep Brown. You can really build this Wow Brow up. This is the dupe for the Glossier Boy Brow, much cheaper, and I think it does the same job. It just dries out kind of fast, in my opinion. I do 2 coats, so that was my first coat. I'm gonna go back in with a second coat after I let that dry for a second. While that's drying, I'm going in with Fenty Beauty's Pro Filt'r Concealer in the color 330. Oh, and my foundation is in the color 370. Just so you know. I like this concealer. I do think that there are options that are cheaper than this where you can get the same vibe. Like, this concealer is not a game-changing concealer for me. And I'm not a big concealer girl, but if I am gonna use a concealer, I want it to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, now I feel like I can't live without this concealer. And I just put it right up under my eyes. I let it kind of dry down a little bit, and then I'm going to start blending it out. While that's getting settled, I'm gonna start back up on my brows for that second coat. And you see, it really did like give me a tint and really did make them stand out a little bit more. But I do need to plus them and like do my brows. My brows are just out here right now. Really. That's good enough for me. Okay, now let's blend in the under eye. Taking this Morphe brush and tapping. It's very, very dewy and hydrating. This whole look is very like dewy, but I will be putting on a powder to tone this down a little bit because this is a crease attack waiting to happen, which is naturally going to happen because the skin folds up under your eye when you smile. So it's not something I'm mad at. It's just something I have to be aware of. Got one side done. I don't know why I worked it all the way out here. I normally don't put concealer all the way out here. I think girl cut the camera out now all of a sudden. So right now my skin is like so dewy, it doesn't even make sense. Should I put a little bit right here? I feel like it's looking a little unbalanced because my forehead is so much darker. No, I'm not even gonna do it. It's when you start doing too much, that's when the problems arise. While that is looking like this, okay, I'm gonna start in on the powder. This powder is in the color Honey. Taking this E.L.F. brush, dipping it in the powder, going like that, get off any excess, and I'm gonna press it right up under my eye. I work it down to the whole cheek area because I do not want any of that to be dewy or creasing. So there's what that side compared to this side. And I'm just lightly tapping that. I don't want to move any makeup around. I'm just doing that so then the makeup stays still. I'm gonna also put a little bit of powder right here. I didn't dip it back in. I'm just using what's on my brush. I'm also gonna put a little bit right there. These are all the areas that I don't want to be dewy. So right here on my creases, I'm also gonna put some right there. And just a little smidgen on the nose. And that's that. I love adding the powder for this particular like foundation and concealer situation because the concealer and foundation is so dewy that I think I need a little bit of toning down. All right, now I'm going to do a little contour. I'll use this contour. I was about to grab my Sweetest Cocoa, but I'll use this contour from Mented. This is the Ashley Blaine collection. Y'all always see me with this. I'm also going to put a little bit of concealer right here. Just kind of contouring this area, giving me a little bit of depth. Not a lot, just like a little bit. You really can't tell the difference, but I like a little bit of a shadow there. Like if I'm gonna do my makeup, that's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some blush from Autobalm, or from the Balm. And I'm gonna just focus the blush right here. Instead of putting it right here on the apples of my cheeks, I'm putting it right here. I just like how it makes my face look a little bit more lifted. I might need a little bit more powder. I'm not gonna put it back in. I'm just going to dab in the areas that look shiny to me. Right there. Just kind of blend that out. Mascara. Look at this eye versus this eye. Nice. So, y'all know how I live and die by putting on Fix Plus at the end. I don't even need Fix Plus at the end because my skin is so dewy. Look at my skin after all that. It's like, I look like a donut still. So you could add more powder if you need it. That's it. Oh, I forgot. I covered up. Oh, I didn't know you could do this. I covered up some of my beauty marks. So, got one there. Where's the other one? I just be losing track. You know what? Let me just, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Now let's put on some lip gloss and let's take this hair down. Pop. Okay, lip gloss check. I'm of course using SKINGLASS. This time I'm using the SKINGLASS OG, which looks like this. And now let's talk about hair. Pop. Ooh girl, not bald headed. Okay, so we're gonna take out the back one. This is my first time doing like a double bun, just because I wanted to see if my hair would come out even more wavy-licious. Top one. Ooh, that feels good coming down. Ooh. Oh. Hold up. I need to get a comb. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh. 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 Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Yes, ma'am. Girl, do not talk to me. There is not a track in this head. Period. Wow, very cute. Well, that is my makeup. Here's my hair. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I'm a bad bitch.